warning!
Cue tracks.
Your demise is gonna come soon with the power of my Suicune that's gonna come in like a typhoon and pierce you like a harpoon. Cause we can't have Naganadel, a wonderful card you can already tell. Get energies back from the discard, we will smack everything down with Brooklyn Hill. Moving energies with Quagsire, prepare yourself to get inspired. A combo that makes the opponent tired, it's everything we've always desired. Here comes the strategy, first we retreat, get energies back, it's totally neat. We transfer them, yeah, better believe that we shuffle Suicune back, it's fantastically sweet. Ha! Episode 197, Suicune GX. You think it's not capable of anything? Well, that's where you're wrong. Boom! What's up YouTube, it's Zando's TCG here and welcome to episode 197 on my channel. As you know, on my channel we talk about the latest cards and best new decks in town, so be sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out. And also hit that little notification bell so you get notified immediately when a new video pops up on the channel. Alright, today we continue our coverage on the new GX cards from Lost Thunder to make epic decks with. And today on the menu we have a really sweet water type GX. It's Suicune GX, the favorite Pokemon of one of my closest friends, which desperately wants this card to work. So yeah, a little shout out for him right here. This is a very underrated GX card, but it can actually be really amazing. So follow me and let's explore the card and some deck ideas for it. Okay, Suicune GX is a basic water type GX with 180 HP, which is pretty average on the HP department. I would have wished it was 190 HP, which would have mean it could survive things like, of course, the Zoroark GX, Righteous Beating with Devoured Field, Choice Band, and Kukui combo. But yeah, it is what it is. 180, that's what we're gonna have to work with. It is also weak against Grass, which is a huge problem in today's meta game because Grass is very popular at the moment. Think about Alolan Exeggutor, Sceptile GX, Jumpluff in the Lost March deck, Golisopod GX, and more. So yeah, that's quite troublesome. But on the other hand, we also hit weakness against one of the most popular Pokemon too, which is of course Blacephalon GX. So if you hit all of those matchups in the tournament, you will be good. And there are some other perks of being a water type, and that is that we are searchable thanks to Brooklyn Hill. And that is not only a good thing for getting rid of the annoying Shrine of Punishment, but would also help us with getting our Suicune GX back on the field after we've used its awesome ability. But more on the ability in a minute. Also, we can rely on Aqua Patch for some energy acceleration, so water types do have it reasonably good. It has a retreat cost of 2, which sucks and might leave it stranded in the active position from time to time, so Guzma will be a key card in a deck with Suicune GX, or you can just have some cards like Switch, Skateboard, maybe, to retreat for only 1 energy, or maybe Switch Raft could also work out to get us out of awkward situations. I am a big fan of Switch Raft, but there's a lot of combos which I'm gonna talk about soon in this video, because we're gonna talk about some deck ideas that we don't even need switching cards at all. Now to the ability Phantom Winds, which is actually very good to heal off damage, because it states once during your turn before you attack, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may shuffle it and all cards attached to it into your deck. So basically it means that you remember the times where you have, oh, I wish this Super Scoop Up would work. Well, now you can just get this fantastic thing going on. No longer do we need to rely on things like Acerola or Max Potion to heal off all the damage counters. We just go to the bench and shuffle it back in the deck along with all the damage counters that go away, which is awesome. And with the amazing stadium card Brooklyn Hill, we can get it out immediately the turn, on that specific turn. So that's going to be very great. I know we also have to shuffle back the energies, but there's also a way to get those energies back, and you'll learn about that soon in the upcoming deck ideas. Now to the attacks. As a little disclaimer, Suicune GX has lots of attacks that remind us of Golisopod GX's attacks. Its first attack, Cure Stream, actually deals 120 damage for 2 water and a colorless energy, and also gives us some extra defensive capabilities because we want to stay alive here. And the side effect of the Cure Stream attack states, during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon's attack deal 30 less damage. So that's going to be great if you're just smacking that against, let's say, what else? Against a Zoroark, they will be dealing like way less damage. That means we could survive one of those combo attacks. So yeah, that's going to be very great. Pair that with cards like Choice Helmet, and you will create quite the crazy tank. Not only that, the attack automatically one-shots things like Blacephalon GX and Reshiram GX, so that already is awesome. Next up is GX move, Brynaclus GX deals 150 damage, and then we just have to switch this Pokemon with one of our bench Pokemon. This paired with a choice band, can one-shot things like Rayquaza GX, Tapu Lele GX, and more. So that's definitely quite interesting and a decent one-hit KO GX move at some point in the game. So as mentioned, pretty similar to Golisopod GX, but the ability of Suicune is just unique and awesome in a way. So we're gonna talk about some neat deck ideas for it. Alright, first deck would be to pair it with, of course, Quagsire. So, Quagsire, we've already seen it working with Lapras GX before, so why not try it out with Suicune? Quagsire from Dragon Majesty has a neat ability that makes it move water energies from a bench Pokemon to an active Pokemon as often as you like. So, if you run lots of switch rafts, you might create a nice combo. You smack damage with Suicune GX, hope you're facing off against a two-shotting deck, and then you use switch raft the following turn to switch to the bench, promote another Suicune GX, and move all the energies from the damaged Suicune GX to the new Suicune GX, so thanks to Quagsire, and then you can just use the Phantom Winds ability to just get that damaged Suicune back in the deck. That is going to be a nice strategy that you can just repeat as long as you want to until all your switching cards are up. So this strategy won't work infinitely, but it definitely will help you out in a lot of situations. So maybe you want to create an infinite loop of this particular combo. It does require a little bit more setup, but as soon as you get it out, it's going to be fantastic. Listen up, folks, here is how it works. We throw in the new Naganadel from Lost Thunder in the mix. Then our board position becomes 2 Naganadel, a Quagsire, and 2 Suicune GX as a bare minimum. So the thing you want to do here is get 3 energies into play. Then charging up, the charging up ability of Naganadel can also work to get this more quickly, or Aqua Patch and an attachment of the turn to get those energies into play could help as well. Then we move those energies to an active Suicune GX to dish out a little bit of damage. Then if Suicune GX is almost knocked out, we manually retreat to the bench, and then we discard 2 energies because of the retreating, and then both Naganadels can charge up those discarded energies back to on them immediately, and Quagsire can move them to a new Suicune GX that you just put in the active position. So that way you have a damaged Suicune GX still remaining on the bench, and that way you can just shuffle it back in with Phantom Winds, and now we just get it back up with Brooklet Hill. So this is going to be an infinite combo that you can just rely turn after turn. No longer do we need to rely on switching cards, since we always pay the manual retreat cost, and then we can get back the energies thanks to Naganadel. Also, Naganadel gets rid of one-shotting machines like Boswell GX, Necrozma GX, and more with Choice Band, and it also is a decent attacker. If you have exactly 3 prize cards remaining, it dishes out 160 damage. So definitely a great approach if you're wanting to make a Suicune GX deck that can also pack some damage with an alternate attacker. What else could work in this deck? Well, for alternate attackers, I do think Volcanion Prism Star is always high up on the list here because it's an additional attacker with a different weakness, and it can spread some damage while also repelling the opponent's active Pokemon with the ability. Once during a turn, we can discard a water energy, and then we can just make sure that the opponent has to switch their active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. So it's very, very great. It's a repel on an ability. You also get energies in the discard pile to abuse with Aqua Patch or Naganadel, so it's definitely a great inclusion, and the spread could help out against certain matchups. Definitely against Lost March. Okay, Palkia GX could also find its niche uses here and there, because if you have, of course, enough energies into play, think about Naganadel that can get energies every single turn from the discard pile and attachments of the turn. If you have enough energies, you can just get this GX move going, and Palkia's GX move is actually very interesting. It lets you shuffle all of the opponent's energies back into their opponent's deck after smacking a huge amount of damage. Think about that scenario. It's going to be very great against things like Rayquaza, against every deck that relies on having lots of energies on board is going to be fantastic. And of course, the good old Lapras GX might also be a one-off in this Quagsire based deck if you can find the room for it. Other than that, B-String is also a way to get lots of energies into play very quickly. As mentioned, Palkia GX needs tons of energies if you want to rely on that, and with B-String, you can use that if the opponent has 3 or 4 prize cards remaining to get 2 energies straightly from the deck onto your Naganadel, which you can then remove or actually move around thanks to the Quagsire to the active position. That can transfer over those energies to Suicune, and then of course you can have your Suicune up and ready out of the blue. Another deck idea, this is just a deck idea with Quagsire, so Suicune, Quagsire, Naganadel with a lot of decks in there, so that is going to be a deck that I do think can succeed if you're not facing off against one-shotting decks and grass decks. Another deck idea is would pair it with Silvally GX. We haven't talked about Silvally GX a lot on the channel. I'm sorry for that, but it has a fighting weakness, which makes it a little bit crippling in my opinion in the current meta. But Silvally GX comes back with crazy good memory cards that can just change this type to depending on what you are facing in the meta right now. But not only that, Silvally GX comes back with the Gyro unit ability, making sure all of your basic Pokemon have free retreat, which means you can free retreat your Suicune GX that gets damaged, promote a new Suicune, and get all the energies onto it thanks to Quagsire. Again, Quagsire is the main thing that makes Suicune GX work, so get yourself a couple of Quagsires. They are not that expensive and they will work out if you're wanting to make a deck with Suicune GX. Then, as mentioned, you can just shuffle the damaged Suicune GX in your deck every time you want to, and then you heal off all the damage, which is awesome. This is a very great strategy because thanks to the Gyro unit ability, you can always retreat and you don't have to rely on switching cards again, which seems to be a thing. You have an approach. You can either go with Naganadel combo, with switching cards, or the Silvally GX. And Silvally GX comes back with crazy good memory tool cards to hit for relevant weakness against certain Pokemon, but also comes back with an amazing attack that is just the exact same GX move like Lycanroc GX. So dishing out 50 damage for every one of the opponent's bench Pokemon is just too good not to abuse. You can also get energies onto it thanks to Quagsire, and also you can get energies back thanks to its first attack, dishing out 120 and attaching an energy from the discard pile to one of the bench Pokemon. So yeah, Silvally GX is an interesting combo here. As mentioned, it is weak to fighting, so in a meta with Boswell GX and Lycanroc GX that likes to prey on a lot of Pokemon, I personally think the Naganadel version works best with Quagsire and Suicune, but that's just my opinion. Test both versions out in my opinion. Okay. Now I'm interested in what you think about Suicune GX. Will it see a lot of play? Who knows? Maybe if the meta is full of Blastoise GX, you'll definitely have a good tournament run with Suicune. And as long as something doesn't one-shot you, you're gonna have it really easy because, yeah, you can just repeat the combos as I mentioned in this video. Are you gonna try one of the deck ideas I've mentioned in today's video? Let me know in the comment section below. And anyway, this pretty much wraps it up once again for another weekly TCG episode on my channel. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to demolish the like button as always, since that helps out the channel tremendously. You have no idea. And subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And again, thanks again for watching. I wish you all a very fantastic rest of your day. Stay fresh, and I'll see you all next time. I'm out. Peace. If you wanna go and test a deck that isn't played a lot in this format, then listen to what I'll say. If you wanna go and try it out with me, let me know how it does in a tournament. I think it could be really great. Chilling on Sundays while new ideas pop in my brain.